it without hitting a David Pumpkins. Oh, guys, I was worried for a minute that our country was really going off track, but thanks to Donald Trump, I think we're back in the right direction. Because the word pussy's coming back, you guys! Pussy's coming back! I was afraid that there had been like a national shift toward like vag, but pussy's making a comeback, you guys. We're here to witness it right here, right now, so which is great. So, you guys ready to see some burlesque later tonight? Oh, yeah, I'm excited about that. Yes! They actually asked me not to perform a burlesque act, mostly because I have a pretty significant sweating problem, so if I started swinging things, it'd be like the splash zone at the dolphin show at the zoo for you folks. Can we get a wet floor sign, please? Please! Also, where am I gonna find pasties to cover these monsters, right? Like, stop down at the synagogue, pick up a couple of yarmulkes. Yeah. Maybe a couple slices of bologna. Then I'm gonna have raccoons following me home, you guys. I do like to stay a little on the overweight side, mostly for my safety. I like to consider myself too fat to kidnap, right? Like, kidnapping me is gonna be a lot of work, you guys. A lot of work. Like, it's probably gonna take twice as much rope. You're probably gonna have to rent a van. I eat a lot. What I'm saying is that there are skinnier bitches to kidnap, you guys. Some in this room. Take a look around. I should be a last resort. You guys, if I am ever kidnapped or murdered, will you promise to commemorate my death by stapling stuffed animals to the telephone pole closest to the scene of the crime? Like for several months. Just like an uncomfortably long time, please. People who should have forgotten who I am by the time you stop, okay? This is a dying woman's wish. Alright. Oh, everybody says that the Jews are so good with money, but weren't they the first people to get caught up in a pyramid scheme? I don't know, you guys. All I'm saying is that maybe your neighbor who sells essential oils is right, okay? She is thinner and prettier than you. I ate lunch at Subway today. I haven't eaten there a while. I kind of stopped going to Subway after the whole like unpleasantness. And by that I mean the discontinuation of the Subway Sub Club card. Guys, I'm not saying that the two are related, but you have to admit that, like, when I was getting every 12th sub for free, like, no kids were getting diddled, so I'm just saying maybe we should look into it, okay? It's worth looking into. I just feel like, I'm trying to give up coffee. You guys trying to give up coffee, but it is hard. Oh my Lord, it is hard. But I found something I'm using instead. It's pretty great. It really gets me going in the morning. I think I'm pronouncing this correctly. I think it's called cocaine. But boy, I thought Starbucks was expensive, you guys. Jesus Christ. But doctor's orders, he said all that caffeine is really bad for my heart. I'm just kidding, you guys. I don't use cocaine. I'd be so much skinnier if I did. I had so much fun at my high school reunion figuring out, like, oh, did she gain weight because she had a baby or stopped using coke? It's like 50-50. My sister had a baby recently, you guys. That's pretty exciting, right? Give it up for my sister making another human. Yeah. This is her third baby that weighed more than 10 pounds, you guys. My sister gives birth to these, like, big Thanksgiving turkeys of children. Like they come out, their little butter balls. She gives birth to the kind of kids you want to brine overnight and set next to a green bean casserole. Thank you, Lord, for this bounty. No, but I was at the hospital with her in the delivery room prior to the actual pushing. And the doctor came in and was poking and prodding around on her, and he said that she had a very firm uterus. And I was like, oh, I see how it is, buddy. A woman comes in for a routine medical procedure, and it's all about her body. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's always the way. And then he was like, oh, I meant that as a compliment, ma'am. I'm like, sure you did. What line of work is you have a very firm uterus a compliment, sir? Not mine, I'm an accountant. No, but I myself do not have children, and for good reason. I'll tell you why. I love having disposable income. Guys, it is so amazing. I cannot say enough for just being able to spend my money on whatever I want. I enjoy sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night. Never want to stop doing that. Just want to do as much of that as I can. That little 1.5 inch piece of skin between my vagina and my anus, I am so into having that intact. That is a huge part of my life right now. So, yeah, that's why I don't have kids. But whenever I do hang out with my friends who have kids, I'm always struck by how I could never do that. They are so much more responsible than me, you guys. Oh my gosh, so my one friend, she got her kids a little pet sugar glider. Have you ever seen one of these things? It's a little flying squirrel looking motherfucker with the eyes out to the side, real alien looking thing. And I was asking her oh, how do you take care of these? And she said that she has to feed it fresh tropical fruit and catch live insects for it, you guys. It eats better than I do, my God! And then she was explaining how it's a marsupial, so you can't just put it in a wheel and let it go to town. You have to carry it around in your bra or a hooded sweatshirt for 12 to 16 hours a day, you guys. 12 to 16 hours a day! My God, I may as well get a boyfriend. Oh, but every time I see the little thing, it just reminds me that even if I could stop drinking and using drugs long enough to get pregnant and carry a baby to term, there is no way I could keep a sugar glider alive, you guys. Oh, not a chance. Yeah. My sister's oldest child just turned 7, and she wanted to get him a turtle as a pet, to teach him about responsibility and things. And so she goes to the pet store, and she's asking the guy there about raising turtles, and he says that this turtle could live to be over 100 years old, you guys. 100 years old. That means at the age of 7, my nephew needs to write this turtle into his will. Yeah, that's just what you want for your 7th birthday, a lifetime of responsibility, right? No, that's what you get for your 19th birthday when the bartender from Chili's forgets to pull out. It's a good gift. Pair that with one of those BOGO abortion coupons, you're good to go. I went to Las Vegas recently, you guys. Las Vegas, viva! It was not exciting, but Las Vegas is really weird. It's this weird mix of so many distractions. There are lights and music and feathers and titties and people and shows and water and food and music everywhere. But then also some low-key human trafficking happening right outside your window. No, but the cool thing nowadays is that the drug dealers out in Las Vegas take G-Pay, you guys. Yes! No more writing checks for my drugs! But I feel it's really going to change the dynamic, in the club. Am I saying that Am I pronouncing that correctly? Club. Anyway, I feel it's really going to change the a dynamic there because what's Lil Wayne gonna say? Like, I need a Winn-Dixie grocery bag full of Bitcoins right next to the VIP section. Make it clap if you take PayPal. I feel like two of those are enough. So, when I was flying back home from Las Vegas, I got behind a guy getting onto the airplane, and he was gate checking a stroller, which is where they're like, you know, at the last possible minute, take the stroller and put it under the plane. And the flight attendant stops him and she looks at him and she goes, "Bless your heart, you are such a good dad." Now again, I don't have kids, you guys, but I feel like the easiest part of having one is gate checking a stroller, right? Like, we don't even know that this guy has a kid. Like, for all we know, he left it back at Sbarro's, right? Like, perhaps he was walking through the airport and he was like, "What's this? A basket full of snacks and baby wipes. And it's on wheels. I can use this the next time I jerk off, right?" It's a stolen stroller situation, guys. A strollin', if you will. I wouldn't trust that guy with a sugar glider. That's what I'm saying. No, not trustworthy at all. So, I got my nails done yesterday, and getting my nails done is like this weird double-edged sword for me because like I love the way it looks when I have my nails done, but I hate going to the nail salon because for a couple of reasons. Number one, I hate paying somebody to do something that like I could do myself, and like even though it's a transaction where I'm like exchanging money for like what they're offering to do, like I'm not sure that like cheese grating my feet like 20 inches and eye level from my vag like is worth, or like I'm not sure they're getting the right end of the deal even for 25 and a tip, you guys. Like that's asking a lot. And the other thing is it's like this exercise in like disappointing the woman at who's doing my nails. Because I can't hold my hands right. Like every time she goes to do something, I'm like Helen Keller and Annie Sullivan trying to learn how to like hand sign again. Like, how do I hold my hands so you can do this? What do I do? Like I'm trying to turn my hand so I can see her paint my fingernail. What? I don't need to see her do this. She knows what she's doing. And every time it's like she has to reposition my hand and they have to cut your nails and buff your nails and trim them and file them and paint them 4 different times. So it's like I get to do 80 times experience this like just micro disappointment from this woman as she has to like readjust my little like claw hand every time. Like, and there's so much disappointment in that like 1/3 of her face that you can see over the top of that surgical mask that she's wearing to not breathe in like my gross nail dust, right? And like more disappointment than I've ever seen in just that like 1/3 of her face. You just like get this flashing image of her as a young child growing up in the rice paddies of Cambodia. Her father having to make the difficult decision more than once whether to keep her around or sell her into sex slavery. At the age of 14, she moves to Da Nang working in a washing house, saving every penny she could so that one day, she could finally immigrate to the United States and work in a nail salon in Indianapolis while living in an apartment with 20 other women. And I can't even hold my fucking sausage hand right? Like I can't even hold my fingers right. This is not what she came across the ocean for. It's not, you guys. I feel bad for her. Yeah. Got a lot of daddy issues, you guys. Got a lot of daddy issues. My dad collected National Geographic magazines from the age of 11, really, and then when he died, he left all of those issues to me. I'm sorry, did I say daddy issues? I meant Dido issues. I have a lot of Dido issues. She hasn't come out with a new album since 2003. I'm intentionally not getting into a relationship because I don't have anything to cry over when we break up. And we will break up. Come on, Dido, you're leaving me hanging here. I'm sorry, guys, did I say Dido issues? I meant dildo issues. I'm sorry, I have a lot of dildo issues. They just don't make them sturdy enough nowadays, you guys. Everything's all high-tech and rechargeable and self-lubricating. My vagina doesn't know which way is up or down. My grandmother got by on just a broom handle and a manual egg beater. I have no idea what's going on. I'm kidding you guys. My dad's still alive. I'm not saying, you guys, that I would fuck my brother. But would it really be the end of the world if I did? Right? Right? Like, we're both consenting adults, right? Protection. Like, I'm obviously not suggesting that my brother, like, pump a flipper baby into me and then we, like, leave it on the firehouse doorsteps. That's not what I'm saying, okay? I'm not suggesting that at all. I'm not suggesting that we videotape it and show it to my parents on Christmas morning, you guys. That's not what I'm talking about. No, I'm just garden variety consensual incest. Yeah. I can't help it, you guys. He reminds me so much of my dad. I'm sure after that joke it is going to surprise you all to know that I am single. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the overweight, outspoken woman is single. What a surprise. But I recently was dating a guy and I told him that if you can't handle me at my worst, then you're probably a mature adult with realistic expectations about relationships and boundaries. He broke up with me later that week. Just one time I want to sing Paula Abdul's Forever Your Girl to somebody and really mean it, you guys. One time! No, but I went out with another guy recently and he told me that words could not express how beautiful I am, but numbers could. 2 out of 10, you guys! Out of 10! I'm easily a 3.5, okay? So I asked him, I was like, well, how do I raise my score? What are the criteria? Where is the scoreboard? Where are the scorecards? I need a golf pencil with which to write the score down. What do I get if I win? No one knows. No one knows, but I obviously don't have it. Obviously, I don't have it. Most of the time have just no problem being a single lady. But there is one thing that I miss about being in a committed relationship, and that's getting eaten out. And like, I get it, you guys. I get it. Like, nobody needs that neck cramp for somebody they're never gonna see again, right? Right? But meet me halfway, you guys. Meet me halfway. So here's what I've done. I've come up with a little, it's an oral sex playlist, if you will. So it's something to not only like, time out the experience, but also like get me in the mood, So it's 3 songs. So it's 3 songs. So it's like, the 3 songs, you're done and we're ready to go. So I'll share this with you ladies so that you can use it at home for yourselves. It's just 3 songs. It's Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang, Alice's Restaurant by Arlo Guthrie, and Dark Star by the Grateful Dead. It's the live version. So it's about hour and a half. The whole thing tops out at just under 2 hours. It's good. But I want to talk, you guys. I want to talk. I am just epically bad at giving hand jobs. Right? Because here's the thing. There's nothing that I can do to a dude with my hand that is gonna feel better than what he can do to himself with his hand, right? Right? Like no matter how hard I try, there is nothing that a dude has spent more time and energy into like figuring out the exact nuances of than that, right? Like he could have a PhD and whatever, be the foremost expert and yada yada yada, but he has still devoted more time and energy into jerking off than anything else in his life. Whereas I, on the other hand, am going in there completely blind, like I'm trying to learn how to drive a stick shift while wearing oven mitts. Like, this? Is this doing anything? Why is it making that grinding noise? Does this feel good? Why aren't we moving? I don't understand. I'm like a bear who had a stroke trying to learn how to hand fish again. Like, you guys, thanks so much for coming out. Stay tuned for some real rad burlesque coming up.